Hi, this is Michael Garzarek here with the Professional Development Modules presentation. The two concepts that are going to be addressed are integrating technology into the K-12 curriculum and then social media and instructional design. So starting off with integrating technology into the social media curriculum, uh, the past several decades have shown that the influence and the use of technology within our society is never going to revert back to older traditional models. If used properly, these technologies can enhance teaching and learning in formal school settings. This is from Limke et al. 2009, decided in Liu et al. 2017, page 795. Even with the massive increase in technology investment at both state and federal levels, research has shown that results of technology integration has been mixed. Again, this is from Lim et al. 2013, cited in Liu 2017. And as a result, technology integration must be directed towards productive steps that ensure student success. The first thing we have to understand is the definition of technology integration. And it can be defined in many different ways. First, it can be defined by Liu et al. As a broad concept that involves technology in K-12 classrooms that supports a variety of instructional methods. Webster, 2017, defined it as being heavily influenced by the philosophy of technological determinism, which is the idea that typically considers that technology works as a dominant force for social change. Uh, Jew et al. In 2018 says that it's the dynamic interaction and integration of knowledge with the use of technology. And Coster in 2000 et al. In 2017 says that it's the integration of classroom technology means that it becomes an integral part of how the classroom functions. So as you can tell, there's several different definitions of what even technology integration means as an educator. There's a lot of different things that can be described in it, but it all kind of revolves around the idea of implementing technology in a way within your classroom that may or may not have been used before or may have not been embraced in the level that you are now going to be doing so. Uh, there are several different models and curricular practices that go into that, but because for curricular and instructional practices, the big thing to understand is these all focus on the idea that these practices can be enhanced with technology. One of the examples here from commonsense.org and also described from Reiser and Dempsey is the TPAC model, as you see the image on your screen. TPAC is defined as three overlapping circles of knowledge, so the technological, the pedagogical, and the content. These three circles overlap to create seven distinct constructs of knowledge. Content, which is the CK in the bottom right, pedagogical, which is PK bottom left, and technological, which is the TK at the top. These combinations, the technological pedagogical, the technological content, the pedagogical content, and the technological pedagogical content knowledge of TPAC are all essentially assessed to hopefully define where a teacher is strong and where a teacher could improve. So if you have strong technical and content knowledge, but you don't know how to deliver it, then you would need to improve in your pedagogical knowledge, and this also can apply in different other ways. A lot of older teachers we see have great content knowledge and great pedagogical knowledge, but the technical knowledge of how to operate the technology and the new and innovative things that go into it are is a way that and a thing that shows up in a lot of educational settings. So as we go through the years, as we develop our educational approaches, we hope to all achieve this quote, TPAC model of being able to um, hit a level where we are all able to teach in a technical way with a pedagogical sense and content knowledge all work together hand in hand. Benefits of integration, first off, is the ease of concept implementation. Coster in 2017 et al. Says that technology is highly valued for its multimodal possibilities, especially the added value of visualizing lesson content. One of the biggest things today is for students is the idea of being able to see and tangibly understand what the concepts are that you're talking about. So to be able to present this in different ways using new technologies, whether this is simple internet searches or web-based labs or web-based field trips, these different things all allow the concepts to take life and to really become things that are there. Ease of use is a huge part of it as well, and usefulness. Research has confirmed that the perceived ease of use is perceived and perceived to significantly affect teachers' intention to use technology. This is from Ju et al. 2018, and he cites about 6 or 7 other studies that go into the idea that the integration of it of technology, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the more your students get comfortable with it as well. So being able to integrate technology and being able to do those different things assists you in a lot of ways as an educator. The key factors of integration is all about the teacher, really. It's teacher intentionality, teacher prior experience with technology, and personal teaching philosophies. Within teacher intentionality, the intention to use technology can be defined as the degree to which the user would like to use technology in the future, and this is from Ju et al. They also talked about that they regard intention to use technology as a final dependent variable to support previous studies. So essentially, as they have done their research, the willingness of a teacher to intentionally implement their technology for educational purposes and to assist the learner has a direct, positive, beneficial impact on the effectiveness of this integration. The next factor of it is the teacher prior experience with technology. This relates closely to the idea of comfort and confidence within technology as well. This is from Liu as well in 2017. As previously noted, the more that you have experience with technology, the more that you do the technology that is available and you implement it, the better off you're going to be. Personal teaching philosophy is another element that plays into it as well. Webster in 2016 mentions that essentially that educators must decide for themselves what technological applications they want or can implement in their classroom. Now, there are some classrooms and there's some schools that just from a sheer practicality standpoint don't have the resources that others do. Some teachers are also adamant that they are not going to implement technology in their classrooms. The issues with this, and this is all personal teaching philosophy, is the idea that some teachers, and especially teachers that are older, tend to resist these changes. Well, change is inevitable, and change is something that is going to occur. So, what does this mean for each teacher? So, we have to understand that depending on the school setting and the resources, like we talked about, each teacher's got to decide for themselves how they want to integrate technology into their classrooms. Technological determinism is a major factor, as we talked about earlier, but it can also be a danger. Webster says that if educators assume that a commercial technology is inevitable, they tend to focus on how schools should adapt to technology rather than shape the technology to meet the curriculum requirements and therefore the teachers and the students' needs. So where the societal change can be brought on by technology, the danger of that is to understand that as educators, we are tasked with meeting our students' needs. We are not tasked with meeting technology and trying to find a way to make it work for us. The key question that every teacher must ask themselves before using any technology for teaching and learning, this comes from Reiser and Dempsey, is the idea and the philosophy that what is the benefit to teaching and learning? So as you go into integrating technology in your classroom, make sure you ask yourself that. Is what I'm doing beneficial to my students or beneficial to me or both? And if not, I would assess what can be changed or what can be addressed as it goes through. The next part is instructional design in regards to social media. So we all know social media is a huge issue of today. It's a massive element of today's technological and societal world. Social media, according to Reiser and Dempsey, is defined as internet-based tools that allow users to build networks through which they may then communicate and share information with each other. This is a very broad definition, as most people that have experienced social media or lived throughout anything in the last few years understands. Social media has become so much more of a shaping factor and a societal thing that has changed the world in so many positive and negative ways that we're still measuring those things. In the realm of education, uh, it provides three different things. It provides an avenue to address the need for digital citizenship. Uh, Social media can also be used to provide dynamic learning opportunities. And if adapted to meet the learning environment and learning needs, social media can expand perspectives upon educational and world issues. Digital citizenship is a concept, according to Gleason and von Gillern, that includes a range of theoretical conceptions, from those that emphasize the technological aspect, while others investigate the affordances of digital media to suggest new forms of citizenship. Um, in a more practical definition and explanation of it, digital citizenship education often teaches students a variety of topics, including internet safety, privacy, security, information literacy, and cyberbullying and digital drama addressing. They also go on to say that there's a need for digital citizenship curricula to emphasize the real life experience, values, and personal interests and engagement of young people themselves. In the realm of digital citizenship, in the realm of social media within the instructional design, we have to always consider the personal interactions that students are going to incur in their day-to-day life within social media. So we think, as educators, we often like to think in a bubble of the idea that whatever we're doing is is the thing that they're focusing on. Social media and digital citizenship is the concept they have to be constantly aware, and therefore we have to be constantly aware that the outside world, outside of the classroom, is going to not fall into line with the perfect plans that are there within education. The development of social media enabled digital citizenship approaches requires the integration of two critical elements. First, the use of curricula that provides opportunities for secondary students to develop understanding of citizenship and civic education through the use of digital media applications, software, and games. Digital media offers an engaging way for young people to learn about significant dimensions of citizenship and civic education while lowering barriers to participation. So technology provides and social media provides an avenue that's uh, both accessible and also relatable, that allows the students to understand that their curriculum is there to help them become better people, and then also to provide opportunities for them to understand uh, essentially that everything they do and everything they say online today is going to have an impact, or if it doesn't have an impact, will at least stay with them, as social media has developed into an idea of not as much of hiding who you are anymore. Dynamic learning opportunities. Social media provides great opportunities for connecting with others, creating and being part of online communities that foster creativity, knowledge, and civic participation, according to Martin. Uh, at all. This is a huge part of dynamic learning opportunities. Um, Reiser and Dempsey go into saying that social media, when used as an instructional tool, has the potential to open up classroom experiences, making them more learner-centered and expanding the potential content base of the class. Using social media, both instructors and learners can tap into the vast array of learning resources and experts. The best example I can think of within this idea is any sort of online-based class that has any sort of discussion that goes into it. If you are part of a class that has any discussion with that, you are able to use the combination of the vast array of the internet and the vast array of each other to learn more experiences and gather more perspectives. Um, Reiser and Dempsey also go into it more in the idea that says that instructors can easily connect to a broad network of experts who might be invited to participate in online class activities. The authors whose work is being read in a class might be queried for additional information via social media, Students in different sections of the same course or learning the same topic at different institutions might be connected with each other, expanding the breadth of people with whom the resources related to or discussion on the course topic might be shared. Additionally, class members can seek a connection with an authentic population. So Reiser and Dempsey give great examples and arguments of different dynamic learning opportunities. So instead of just reading about somebody or reading about something, the students and people can interact with these things now using social media and reach out and talk to an author, reach out and talk to a group of people you're studying or whatever the application is. The other part of expanding this within social media is expanding perspectives of educational issues. Information and technology becomes a bridge to foster usability, accessibility, and equality of all citizens. This is from Altane et al. One of the most underserved groups of people when we talk about social media, we talk about technology in general, is those with disabilities. And therefore, social media gives the ability to, like Altane et al. Argue, to foster usability, accessibility, and equality of all citizens. Um, the other thing that we have to always understand, though, is that social media's impact on education, and this is argued by Miller et al., is that it's still being measured and felt in today's digital world in the classroom. So while we have these issues, we have these amazing opportunities and these different things that social media brings about, we have to always be aware of and understand the implications and the aspect of social media is literally being measured and being changed daily. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Here are my references. And here is the second page of references.